This is a Kiss original on 101.9 Kiss FM. The geekdom is spreading. It is present at almost every turn. And it's only a matter of time before it comes for you.
Nothing in our solar system can help us.
Let the Geek Patrol be your guide as you delve into the worlds of science, gaming, and pop culture. This is Geek Tank Radio.
Welcome, everyone. We are the Geek Patrol, and our microphones don't have a stun setting. This season of Geek Tank Radio is brought to you by Mandalorian Breath Mints. Being trapped in a helmet all day may be unpleasant, but your breath doesn't have to be. Breathe cleaner with Mandalorian Breath Mints. I mean, can you imagine that all day? What they're coming out with next, I think, is Mandalorian dandruff shampoo. But anyway, Brandon,
when those flakes stick to your helmet.
Yeah. I think you need more than breath mints in that thing.
Yeah.
You need a full filter right
You need
here.
the full wash, yeah.
A defogging machine.
Yeah.
So what flavors do these come in, Joe? I mean, I'm sure you've got spearmint and wintergreen and all that other stuff. But I mean, do they have anything like Dianoga wing or whatnot?
Absolutely.
They
Yeah.
have weird shrimp flavor.
Yeah,
But your mouth glows blue.
Sand flavor. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Swamp frog.
Swamp frog.
anyway.
Pogue.
It's
Panther Poodoo.
It's a necessary product and good for them. I'm glad they're
No,
glad
that's
they're
why
helping
you're
the cause,
taking
so.
these mints, because your breath already smells like voodoo.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Welcome to Geek Tank, everybody.
can anybody guess what we're going to talk about this week?
Yeah. So apparently,
we go Wookiee.
I guess a new Star Wars movie came out, right? So I wouldn't
apparently.
know.
Yeah, The Mandalorian. It's been out for a minute.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Well, Brody, there's a dark side to The Mandalorian that we're going to discuss in our Conspiracy Nation. I've uncovered something pretty sinister about Baby Yoda and Jon Favreau.
You leave Baby Yoda's name out of your mouth, sir.
Hey.
It's propaganda, and we're going to...
Joe?
Yeah.
You're wrong.
No, we shall see. On a positive note, Alan has got some sort of tales of plastic. Well, maybe it's not positive. It's probably plastic.
No.
Plastic is actually explosive, and it's going to blow up the world.
Yeah,
Probably.
and randoms and all sorts of other goofiness coming up next on Geek Tank Radio.
Geek Tank Radio. More below. And on 1019kissfm.com. Keyword Geek Tank. No matter what nefarious plan he has cooked up, Alan always keeps it educational. Get banished to Professor Gilbreth's Science Corner.
Alrighty, let's have the tale of plastic. Because we hearing a lot about it these days.
Yeah.
The tale of plastic.
Yeah,
I've heard
most
of
of
it.
It's
most
all
of our-
over the place.
Most of our plastic is maxed right now
Yeah,
because
well,
of the
yeah.
holiday season.
Well,
My bank just called and said canceling your plastic.
that's only if you're lucky. Only if you're lucky. Mine just keeps going, oh, you need a little more.
And he got his plastic revoked.
Oof.
That's not true.
All right, Alan, don't
If you're
allow
lucky.
yourself
All right.
to be
We're
sidetracked.
going to have to
I
talk
know.
afterwards.
It got stolen.
But let's go for glitter.
Oh, that's dangerous. if
The
you-
truly
glitter's
insidious
terrible.
plastic.
Yeah,
That's the nightmare plastic.
Yeah.
That is
That's
nightmare
the-
fuel,
That's
man.
the plastic.
I like to call
plastic
it
that
again.
infects parts of your home.
I
and
like to
never
call it
leaves.
stripper dust. It's like pixie dust, just a little naughtier.
Glitter's the STD of plastics.
Wow, I've never heard it quite put like that. But
No. Big props to Andy on
Yeah,
that.
that was good.
that was he gets extra. Well, it's made out of stuff called mylar.
You're easily distracted,
And-
Alan. Go ahead.
Hey, he's still talking about plastic.
I trudge
guy that
through
interrupted
no
it.
matter what.
I'm
keep
laser
going.
focused. I got my notebook ready to
He's
take
trying to
notes
figure out
and
how Putin's going to use glitter against us.
I'm ready to learn, Alan.
It's already being done. So,
In Christmas cards.
we've all seen the picture of the X-ray of the activities person with glitter in their lungs.
Oh yeah, that stuff is. Yeah, you don't
You
want to
know.
breathe in glitter.
And it's all right. Well, the legend of glitter lung is a little bit overblown, but yeah, as Andy said, once you've dropped that bottle of glitter in the house, you will have something sparkling in a corner the entire rest of the time you live there.
Yeah. Good point.
It's also washing into the oceans because, well, let's face it, once you drop it, you sweep it up, you throw it in the trash, and eventually it doesn't break down.
But it makes
Mylar
for cool
just keeps
shells,
going.
right?
Oh, it does, yeah. But
Yeah.
stuff's
Well, it makes the
eating
ocean
it.
shinier.
You
Alan.
can definitely
So it's
see
like-
where the oil slicks are now because the glitter's all on top of it.
Yeah.
Well, it is. It is. It is. However,
Our planet is fabulous!
Yes, that oil slick totally needed to get itself spiced up.
well,
No, it's a spicy oil.
Now you just need some Axe body spray and it can go out on the town.
That's right.
yeah, See, this is why you just wait a moment, then you plow for it again.
A monster, a backwards-facing baseball cap, and some drywall. And
Oily Chad.
There you go.
It names itself Kyle, and it's fine.
Okay.
Well,
sorry, Kyle's.
with all of this wonderful things
I got no
happening,
apologies for Kyle's.
There are lots of companies out there cleaning up the oceans, trying to get ahead of this. And now we're going to throw a craft beer company into the mix.
Oh, now we're calling hipsters.
Yes.
Okay.
However, but this is going to be a good thing.
All right.
So you can keep your cap on, Andy. It's all right.
Okay. Hipsters are going to save the day.
Well, it could happen. It could happen since so much plastic goes out there. And one of the number one things everybody complains about in the plastic world are these 6-pack rings.
Oh, yeah. They kill the
Do
ducks.
they still make those?
And the turtles.
Oh, yeah. They're still out there everywhere.
I cut mine still.
I cut those, yeah.
Okay.
Well, a lot of people cut them now and all that, but they're still plastic. They're still getting out there, and a lot of people aren't cutting them. So, since they're out there, the We Believers Ad Agency and the Saltwater Brewery in Delray, Florida have come up with a really interesting idea.
They're feeding turtles.
Well, they're feeding anything, including people, if you so desire. Because
I tried one.
The
It's not that
byproducts of course, brewing and making any form of alcohol is you have leftovers.
Yeah.
And it's mostly, well, gluten.
Mm-hmm.
It's wheat and barley.
Gluten.
And it can be processed and pressed into being a 6-pack ring.
Yep.
And if it gets wet, it'll still hold up.
They're not. I saw these though, and they're not really rings so much as they're encasements of the tops.
They're a case. And
They're
the
pretty
cool
awesome.
thing is,
They taste like communion wafers.
So
I'm serious. They do.
They have no taste?
They've kind
It
of
tastes like Jesus.
They have a little
don't start getting that.
They have a little crackery taste to them.
Okay.
But the cool thing is, guess what? The little critters in the ocean and everybody else can also eat them.
Yep.
Now you're talking.
That's
Okay.
cool.
So you got edible. So it took us 20 minutes to get to edible plastic.
It took us 4 minutes and 45 seconds, Joe.
It felt like an hour, but go ahead. So edible plastic rings, Alan, made of gluten.
Well, so it's kind of like, all right, if you think about a problem long enough, interesting and innovative solutions can come to you.
That's true.
Where does glitter come into play?
Well, glitter is now a problem because of what it's made out of. And again, if we approach the problem, we're bringing up the glitter because it's tough. Now they're starting to come up with other options besides Mylar, which would make glitter, at least a half-life of 100 years instead of 25,000 that it has now.
Right.
And I just wanted to say hats off to any brewing company that came up and went, we got a solution for this stuff in the ocean. Just make it edible.
All right, Alan, I don't expect you to know this, but you're probably going to give me a fake answer pretending that you do know this. How long, if this is made of gluten, that's technically food, right? So how long before it goes stale? Like, what's the shelf life?
It's stale now.
Okay, but how long before it makes a sea turtle sick from eating it?
You don't get sick from eating stale croutons, dude.
Yeah.
What if it's got mold and fungus all over? Well, I guess the mold and fungus is eating it then. Well, okay. I'm just asking. I don't want any turtles getting stomach aches.
I'm just going to sit here and wait for... All right, right now they're dying of forks up their noses and their bellies full of plastic.
Okay.
Joe's worried about an upset tummy because the bread got stale.
They'll throw it up.
Well,
and something else will eat it.
I thought they might need some preservatives.
What's really great, and I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but when you throw stale bread into water...
Yeah.
It does kind of moisten back up.
It kind of frees up a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, so the turtles are in good...
You either stick that stale donut back in the microwave or you throw it in the ocean.
Just don't throw your Coke straw down there.
Yeah.
How strong is this plastic, Alan?
Well,
I use my Coke. I use metal Coke straw.
The coating on this is more than ample to hold a 6-pack of beverages.
Okay.
So it is...
Like a good idea.
Look at this. It can hold my 6-pack of... beer soda.
Well, it is being produced by a beer company, so
could you make action figures out of this thing? Could the next Baby Yoda be made out of gluten?
Yes.
Look, it's hard enough to keep
Will your
toys.
kid eat it?
It's hard enough to keep toys out of your kid's mouth now.
Yeah, no joke.
Now it's going to taste like a communion cracker.
And when you have to spend $20 on an action figure, no.
Yeah.
And
although they could make the little frogs, so you could.
There you go, man.
You could reenact Baby Yoda.
You two can have Yoda frogs.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm kind of down for that.
Well, yeah, but you got to cosplay Baby Yoda if you're doing that.
Oh, I'm not going to cosplay Baby Yoda now.
I've never said this to you before, Brody, and while I normally say anybody can cosplay anything, you're too tall to cosplay Yoda. Yes, I just said Brody's too tall for something.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
I don't think Baby
Allie,
Yoda
on the
has
other
a
hand, is
beard.
the perk side.
Alan, would dogs eat this stuff? I'm
Yes.
just thinking you could have the dog just throw the recycling bin.
Are you going to go through every animal in the file?
Hey, Alan, can we have the commies eat this?
Yeah.
So Putin can have his super army?
Although you could literally set out with a 6-pack of beer, and you have your munchy food.
Yep.
Yeah.
And your beer. You got it all.
And then you eat the
but
can
we know what you
afterwards,
really
so.
want to eat beforehand.
It's basically barley and wheat.
Yeah.
So,
Why can't the containers be made of gluten? Just to eat the whole thing. It
Yeah.
could just be.
That's why taco salads are the ultimate food.
Exactly.
You
That's
can
true.
eat the
You eat the bowl, you eat everything.
Yeah.
Nothing left over after the meal.
God, I'm hungry.
I know what I want after this show. Taco salad.
Geek Tank Radio energized by
Dark Oak Press and Media, an indie publisher and media provider offering everything from Alice in Memphis to mystery to young adult and everything in between. Get the latest at darkoakpress.com.
More Below and on 1019kissfm.com. Keyword Geek Tank. They don't do reviews, but that doesn't mean they won't tell you about everything they watch. The Geek Patrol is on Geek Tank Radio.
Rise of Skywalker has dropped, and we've got the spoiler cast for it here on Geek Tank Radio.
Yes.
Holy...
Blankety
Okay.
blank blank blank.
All right,
Just air horn us?
All right, how much work am I going to have to do on this?
right off the bat, guys, make sure you got the buzzer going.
Yes.
All right.
I'm going to try so hard.
I want to start us off by just saying this Star Wars movie gave us the easiest Star Wars cosplay of all time.
Yes,
Yeah.
it did. Ben Solo
cosplay
is a gray sweater with a hole in it. And some
dark.
jeans.
Remember,
a
dark gray sweater with a hole in it
and some jeans.
and some black jeans.
Now, if you want to up it to $3,000, Allie, what should we do?
You buy your Yeezy sweater.
Nobody needs to buy a Yeezy
But don't buy the
for
Yeezy
cosplay.
sweater.
Don't buy the easy sweater.
If you have the money to drop, if you
Go
have
to
the money to
Goodwill.
drop on a Yeezy sweater, you can reach us at geektankradio@gmail.com. We have all sorts of
Or I'll
sponsors.
tell you what,
We
just
need
buy it from
patrons.
Adam Driver, because I
Yeah.
think he went home with it, I think.
Yeah.
We need patrons.
Just like
Send us
dig
some sweaters.
around in a dumpster.
That being said, though,
Cosplay
I'm
on the
sorry.
cheap.
I'm sorry. I'm going to go way out of order here.
That's
but
fine.
I thought Ben not being able to die the entire movie until he died was the funniest thing ever. Like, here, we're going to throw Ben off the cliff. Nope. I'm still alive. we're gonna stab him in the heart.
Hey,
nope.
If Palpatine can survive being thrown down a reactor,
Yes, if Palpatine could survive being thrown down a
Ben
nuclear
Solo can
reactor,
climb a mountain.
and then the Death Star exploding
Exploding.
around him, then Kylo Ren can survive falling off a cliff.
Okay, but to be fair, Palpatine was like Pinocchio before he turned into the real boy. He had strings. He was just a puppet.
to hold me
So when we saw Ultron at the beginning of the movie, because I'm gonna throw this out there, and Andy, I've said this to you already. I think,
And by the way, he wasn't all together. He had missing fingers. Or parts of fingers.
let's not bring up the hands. All right.
get you in my strong.
So and
I
the
think he's
reason why
missing
we can
teeth,
say
too,
that he's
but-
Ultron is because let's just be honest. The reason why these movies are so disjointed is they were made like Marvel
They're
films.
Marvel films.
Yeah, the beginning of this movie was rough.
If you thought keeping up with Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was hectic,
Yeah.
this is that on crack.
It was like 90-0 for the first 20 minutes.
You're on ecstasy or something. Like,
I would say PCP because there wasn't. It wasn't cats. It wasn't horny.
oh yeah.
Well, okay,
How
that being
much
said,
are we gonna rake cats over the coals while we do these reviews?
We're gonna
'Cause-
wait until we have a friend who's seen it and tells us all what happened.
as
I'll
soon as
be
it slowed
back.
down, though, I will say this: as soon as the movie like took a breath and like went, okay, now we can start the movie, which kind of how
Which was like an hour and a half into the movie.
no, it was like 20-30 minutes maybe. It wasn't that bad.
It felt as fast as it was. It felt longer.
Yeah, it felt longer.
I did check my, because I had to go to work afterwards, and I did check my my clock at one point, and I was like, "Really? It's only been that long?"
Yeah.
But it was so fast a minute ago.
You were exhausted.
By the time we got out of it, I was like,
a chance.
it should be like 10 o'clock.
And
Not even 9.
Allie was
What
dehydrated.
is happening? Yeah, I cried so much.
Yeah, there were a lot of cry scenes, though.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that like gives you that fan service where you kind of go.
Yeah.
Like for me, like okay, the first time I saw Endgame,
Yeah.
and like Spider-Man came swinging out of the
I know
of the hole.
I know you
was
cried like a little baby.
Okay,
But-
well, in this though, I baby cried when we got a scene frame by frame reenactment of Ben and Han Solo.
Yeah.
I sobbed like a teeny tiny baby.
Which, for those of you wondering, Leia has just connected with Ben and Rey, and died.
Yep.
And
Was that
Ben
weird to anybody?
Died.
No.
Or almost died.
That seems like Leia's like big thing,
Yeah.
and like obviously because it's her big thing, it's Ben's big thing. But like being able to force connect someone,
Yeah. I mean, well,
and I think that's what took Ben so
think-
off guard is because he was like, "Mommy,
Yeah.
it's been so long."
I was waiting for that from the beginning of the sequel trilogy when they were talking about like, Ben is the son of Han and Leia. Like, yeah, he had this like hatred for Han and stuff, but there's always, and you see it in The Last Jedi when he's in the TIE silencer and he senses that Leia is on the other side
And
of
he
the
can't
window,
shoot.
and he can't shoot her. Like I was waiting for that and going, there's this incredible connection between
Mother and son.
mothers and their sons,
Right.
Yeah.
and like a confrontation between Leia and Kylo Ren would have been
Well, it was inevitable.
like
Yeah.
was it one? It's inevitable,
like-
but that moment was like,
Which is
that's,
why I didn't
you know,
understand why they did it the way they did, honestly. Like, I kind of wished she would have Luked a little bit.
I think that's what she was attempting,
Oh, okay.
but we also learned that her training was different than his.
By the way, how great was it that Leia is a freaking Jedi?
I loved it.
Loved it, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, but that's like
absolutely
My dreams
loved it.
came
It made
true.
too
All I
much
know is
sense
that-
not to.
Yeah.
You know,
that was one of the things that really just
Allie's misting up again.
made me
It's so
upset
beautiful.
about
Little
the sequel
lightsaber.
trilogy is because, I know that they had thrown out all the Legends continuity, but one of the greatest things was watching her training under Luke, but of course, she's used to telling him what to do.
right? And it's like that
Yeah.
sibling rivalry, and,
Yeah.
and you kind of get a little scene in that.
And see, and this is one of those things that's, that happened in the books that, even in reading a book made me kind of get all kind of misty not too long ago when I reread this. When Anakin appeared to her, even though he never appeared to Luke after Endor. He never spoke with Luke as a Jedi goes, but he came to Leia.
And he spoke to her?
Spoke to her, and this was what kind of kicks off her training.
Oh,
I'm telling you, man.
But
that was really good. I
think
really enjoyed
mother,
that
son,
scene.
dad, daughters.
yeah, but seeing that, the moment that his face cleared up and he, it just like you see this brightness in his
Yeah.
eye, and then the next thing you see is a lightsaber go through his chest.
I kind of wonder like how many times, like, well, I don't know if it was many times, but I wonder if he ever tried to like have that connection with her again, and she wasn't allowing it,
I think
and it made him feel not rejected, but like he was
Disconnected.
like he did a bad thing, and he's like, my mom doesn't even love me anymore. I can't even like talk to her anymore.
Yeah.
But it's just because Leia was like, I gotta protect my secrets.
well, it makes me wonder if
Son, you got secrets, baby.
well,
let me tell you.
it really makes me, especially finding out how Snoke was used in order to connect Rey and
Well,
Kylo
he
in the
genuinely
beginning.
was a puppet. Like,
Right.
He was literally
a puppet.
a puppet.
There were strings on him.
Yes.
Which was why it was easy to cut him in half.
Like he didn't exist. He was
Which is also why, like, I think in The Last Jedi when he died, I just was never cared that much because they never made him that interesting, and I was like, I don't think he's as powerful as everyone says he is. Like, I don't think he's the main.
how did-
the
I
main
think we
baddie.
wanted him to be powerful.
How
right?
did it feel to get that justification of the Force vampire through Palpatine?
Oh man, that made it canon, and it was so cool, right?
Yeah.
When he was sucking the life force out of both of them, I was like, wait, somebody just not be there.
Yeah.
Somebody disappear real quick. I don't know. Yeah, I was like, don't suck them out. And then they both fell dead, and I was like, the end. This is terrible.
I did like that Ben got up first, just because it'll.
And then he got thrown down the trench.
Yeah, well, it's. I think he needed to be away from there for what happened to happen.
Right.
Ben had to to get thrown down the trench.
I really wanted him to hold hands. I thought they were gonna like grab hands when he was like sucking the life force out of him, and they were just like gonna grab hands and then
all
like
of a sudden,
get their lightsabers and then be like, wow, 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 wow.
Wackety, wackety, wackety.
Can we
Take this, puppet man.
All right.
I was like, come on,
Can we stop
come
for a
on.
second though and just take a moment to appreciate the fashion designers for the final order?
Yeah.
That red really added to
I like
those,
those red-
Imperial
Red troopers.
Yeah.
I mean,
The black and red
I don't
was
care. I don't
lovely.
care so much about the stormtroopers. The Sith troopers, man. It's the guys on the bridge.
Yeah, the Mando
With-
troopers.
I'm talking about the Imperial officers.
Oh.
With
those
just
guys.
that red outline trim.
Yeah.
I love
It's
it.
like that was sweet.
Very
Well, I
beautiful.
mean,
If they
costume
weren't
design.
literal Nazis, I would wear that.
Imperial officers have always looked sleek, man.
I know, but there was something about that added
Well, I mean,
red.
okay, so
except
obviously,
for Palpatine's, crushed velvet smoking jacket.
well, obviously,
Where the hell did that
the,
come from?
He turned into Hugh Hefner for a minute.
Well, obviously, the Empire was inspired by the Nazis
Yeah.
of
It's-
history.
it's Hugo
and,
Boss.
and the Nazi uniforms were famously designed by Hugo Boss.
They were in a galaxy long, long ago. Far,
Okay, so
far
they
away.
inspired the Nazis. Whatever. No, I know you were there, but it's okay.
I thought that we finally got a true sense of Palpatine's power
Yeah, because like I
in
heard,
creation of the Force Storm.
well, like a friend of mine was saying that like, well, clearly Palpatine survived all of this stuff, right? So, like he was making the argument that there's no way that Mace Windu died from falling out a window, and I'm like, first of all, you know for a fact that he's dead, because he talks to Rey as a Force ghost. Audibly, you do not see Samuel L. Jackson, but you hear him.
Yeah.
Which you hear a lot of Jedi.
Yes.
Ahsoka Tano.
Secondly, Palpatine way stronger than anybody thought about. So Mace Windu getting
Now remember, we were always told about how powerful Plagueis was.
Right.
Well, Plagueis was his master.
Right.
He killed and absorbed Plagueis.
Yeah, he ate him.
He ate him. But yeah, the
And even Yoda
Gross
pointed
out.
out repeatedly in his presence
Thinking of him eating
that
was
he
bad
was
enough.
cloaked and confused and could no longer see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, let's take a moment. And
All right, you two are over there going soylent green and out, man.
I'm trying to
Stop with the Slurpees.
All right, so we brought it up for just a minute.
The little nebby finger.
Let's talk about the chorus of Jedi.
Yes.
All right. Of course we know we heard Leia and Luke.
Yeah, you
But
heard
on top
Leia,
of that,
Luke.
You had Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan.
You had Yoda. You had Anakin
I
with
was
the greatest
crying
line out of all
the
of
whole
them.
time.
His line is still the greatest one out of the ones that were. Everybody else just rise, Ray. Rise.
Hey,
Ray,
you
rise.
can do it. Rah, rah,
Get
rah.
on,
Get on up,
Ray.
baby.
But you also had
Get on up there.
Hang in there.
You got
We're gonna quote
Qui-Gon.
every inspirational poster ever.
Thoughts
Qui-Gon,
and
who
prayers.
is officially the first Jedi to become one with the Force in a way where he could communicate with others.
Yes.
We had Adi Gallia, who was on the Jedi Council.
Ayla Sakura,
Ayla Secura was there.
played by Jennifer Hale,
Yeah.
which made me so happy.
What about Yaddle? Did Yaddle say anything?
No.
Lionel said,
Hey, remember me?
Luminara and Dilly.
Yeah.
Ahsoka Tano.
Ahsoka Tano. The
And
genuinely the greatest character Star Wars has ever produced
outside of the
original
yes,
trilogy.
I will agree because Ahsoka is so good. I want a live action Ahsoka.
I don't know.
And if
Ben
she-
Solo is given that.
he's great. I love Ben Solo. I love Ben.
I do
and
love
the whole
Ahsoka, though,
thing.
so don't-
But
don't get me
Ahsoka,
wrong.
I mean, we watched her grow up.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, we
Yeah.
literally watched her grow up through.
And she
Clone
battled
Wars
Vader
and Rebels.
twice.
Yes, and walked away.
walked
God,
away.
That scene in Rebels when she cuts his helmet and she realizes that Darth Vader is Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
Just
Dude,
And like
Cartoons don't usually make
I
me
have-
that emotional.
I have
Yeah.
never wept more at a Star Wars thing than I did watching that scene.
I don't know.
I don't know.
This one's gonna give you a run for your money.
Actually, this one right here, this name here, Kanan Jarrus, when he died in
yeah, that
Rebels,
was rough.
That was rough.
That was pretty
And
rough.
you did hear Kanan.
Yes, you did hear Kanan. Freddie Prinze Jr. Reprised his role for that.
Awesome.
But that moment when you watch Kanan get his sight back
Yeah.
to see the people he loved just before he dies, it's like,
And then get blown up into bits.
yeah.
You did not hear.
I can't wait to
Ezra.
watch Rebels and cry.
Well,
a
no,
bunch.
but that's
Wow.
because I still don't think Ezra is dead.
I don't think Ezra's dead either.
I still think Ezra and Thrawn are out there.
Interesting.
They're riding Space Squid.
Nah.
So we know that Ahsoka took Sabine to find them.
Mm-hmm.
We don't
Isn't
know. We don't
Thrawn
know
like
that
a
Ahsoka
Game
stayed
of
with her the
Thrones
whole time.
character?
That you know what
He's
that
the blue
does.
guy.
You know what that does mean though.
I
By
never
the
watched the
time of
cartoons.
Yeah, that Ahsoka.
that
Is,
Ahsoka
gonna.
Tano is dead.
yeah.
I'm gonna.
Shut up. Get out.
Brody, did you realize that?
What?
By the time of episode 9, that means Ahsoka Tano is dead
Yeah.
for her to be Force Ghost.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be in the Court of Jedi.
Way. I'm just kidding. I haven't seen it yet. It's gonna make me sad. I'm gonna
Oh
be
no,
sad.
you're gonna bawl your eyes out.
Oh,
my
if you
gosh.
thought the Adam Driver Han Solo scene was bad, just wait.
yeah.
You
I
ain't-
still think when he put his little hand on his face and he said, "I know," I still maintain the theory that he pressed Ben's lightsaber for him and killed himself.
Oh no, I totally am
yeah.
behind that one.
No, when he did
Yeah.
the little thing and he's like, "I know," and I was like, "You do know."
No, but then in this one for Ben to turn and chunk the lightsaber into
Oh
the
my
ocean,
god, shattered my heart.
I was like, "Oh, he did it. Oh, he got him. He got him.
No.
He got him good."
Now let's talk about what has got to be one of.
People just be chunking
Let's
lightsabers
just-
in this movie.
Let's
First
talk about
of all,
Adam Driver for a minute.
There's a ton of lightsaber throwing in this
It's like-
movie.
Yeah.
screw this lightsaber. Screw that
So where is
lightsaber.
the salvage mission headed to?
Right?
There were a lot of
Because-
4-year-old temper tantrums being thrown here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
So,
don't want this. No.
Let's just give Adam Driver the props that he completely deserves.
Absolutely deserves.
From Force Awakens, his first scene in Force Awakens to his final scene in Last Jedi. You think, oh my God, I don't like this guy. I don't got. But everything he does in Rise of Skywalker, even when he's still quote unquote evil,
Right.
you're just like, I could save him.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, you want to save
You
him, and I
want him
think
to-
I think at the end of this movie, you wanted both Rey. I did. I wanted both Rey and Ben
Yeah.
to be on that coda scene where they're on Tatooine burying now their lineage
I
lightsaber.
wanted them to be together forever.
Me too. Like I think we all
I've been
shipped
so
them.
I've
gonna
been
say this.
so anti Raylo
I'm gonna say this
from the beginning. I hated it.
Here's the thing. There's a
Rey
reason
Low.
we didn't see Ben. There's a reason we didn't see Ben with Leia and Luke. It's because he is in Rey.
Phrasing?
No.
No, I'm not changing the phrasing.
Well,
If you guys can slurp like y'all were doing, I can say this.
Well, okay, so
Plus, let's just say that smile. I don't care about.
again why I
was not
don't
a-
like that.
I was
she-
not a big fan of the kiss, but that smile that he was content with himself and what he had done.
It my heart.
You exploded.
I did not like when they kissed, but then his little face afterwards, I was like, oh, okay, they could be happy together. That could be a thing.
And then he died.
And then they took it away from me.
yeah, that's what I couldn't understand. I was like, why did he have to die again? That I genuinely laughed.
I was
Because Jedi can't have attachments.
When he was like bringing her back, I was like, he's gonna die doing this, and it's gonna be real
Yes.
lame. But then like she woke up and they like held hands and they did the smooch, and I was like,
oh yay!
he's
This is
not
gonna be
gonna
cool.
die.
Yeah.
And then he died.
I genuinely laughed at that because I was like, is he really dead? Like,
And then he
should
faded.
I was
get
like, is he gonna
No.
become a human somewhere else?
yeah, like
No, he didn't die. He became one with the Force.
yeah, he
Can
like
he become
just-
one
in
with
her.
the Force in like a human form somewhere else? I was like, he's gonna be on Tatooine.
yeah.
No, he's not.
When we got that dupe, if you will, with Chewie,
Yeah.
I thought that was the dumbest thing ever because I'm like, there was only one ship. How did you mistake it for being the Chewie transport?
There were two ships. They were identical. They were parked right next to each other when Finn
Do
saw
remember
it.
that.
But then you turn around and you only
And
see
then
one
you
ship.
see one ship
Because
take
and
off.
the whole time that I'm sitting there, I was like, beforehand, I was like, oh, some editor messed up.
Yeah.
You know,
They goofed.
it's like somebody's getting fired from the digital effects team. No,
You mean like the guy who got fired for screwing up the fight scene in Last Jedi?
yes,
Oh yeah, we watched that the other day, and they pointed it out to me, and I was like, oh no.
And now and the problem is now you'll never be able to unsee it.
Now I can't unsee this.
She for sure could have gotten stabbed, but it just disappeared.
And then the knife just disappears.
I was like, oh, well, like maybe it got knocked out of his hand or something. Then I was like, oh no, it was
it
for
just-
sure there
it
like
just-
a second ago.
Yeah, no,
He
it
didn't
just
strap
vanished.
it.
No. The thing is when he went, stab, it went through that, connection and fell on the other side of Kylo.
Sure.
Yeah, we can just explain it
That
that way.
dikismic connection, though,
Yeah.
I thought was really, really cool. I loved that fight scene where he's like, now take the saber and strike me down. And she's like, bitch, please. And, like, force, like, FedEx the lightsaber to Benzo.
There was a tiny Norman Reedus running across the ground.
Was this him carrying Baby Yoda?
Yeah. Yeah. The baby Yoda was in the tank. But I
You see it
thought
like hike the.
he's over encumbered and stuff, and he's like shipping around.
He's like, no, he falls down a couple times.
Finally, Death Stranding has found love at Geek Tank Radio.
Yeah. But I thought that
It's all
scene was
connected.
really cool. I was like, oh, that was cool.
We're making bridges.
Yeah.
Also, just like Ben's face when he's fighting as Ben and like fighting the Knights of Ren. I was
He
just
loves
like,
every minute of what he's doing.
want to
Yeah.
be good. You just want him to be good. You want him to be good.
Wait. Let's go ahead and just.
I
talk
thought he
about-
was going to slip back to the dark side though when he started killing everybody. I was like,
second. I
oh
was like-
boy, don't enjoy this too much, sir.
Let's talk.
You can like it, but don't like it too
Let's
much.
talk about just how overzealous Ben Solo is, though. Homie steals a busted TIE fighter from the destroyed Death Star,
Yeah.
flies it to this place, lands next to his ship, lands next to the X-Wing, runs, and jumps, and lands on that giant chain, and what does he go? Ow.
Which,
Like,
by the way,
thanks.
we
That wouldn't have happened if you were still wearing your pad and
on the way home,
We're
we
so
were like,
used to having it on. He's just like,
do,
oh, wait,
do
I
you
just have
think
a
that was
t-shirt.
like one of those outtake things that just kind of like kept in the movie because they were like, okay, Adam, you're gonna jump and grab this thing, and he actually does it. Like he does
Yeah,
this stunt,
but it
and
hurts.
he kept saying "ow" like it hurts, and like this was the final take, and they're like, Adam, seriously, stop saying "ow," and he's like, but dude, it hurts.
Hurts
it's
a
like,
little bit.
give me back my chest piece.
I just got stabbed in the chest.
So, do you know Adam Driver was a Marine?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's like one of the, if you don't know, he's got a TED Talk, which is amazing.
There are two Marines in my life that I like: my dad and Adam Driver.
Okay, I can get behind that.
So we're trying to say is Adam and Gal Gadot need to have a scene
Oh, that'd be awesome.
because
dude.
now you can throw down,
Very
you know,
interesting. Yeah.
military
That would be
versus
cool.
military, man.
Yeah.
Let them go.
Okay,
Just a hint out there to somebody in the casting world. Just a hint, guys. You know,
Put them in a spy movie together.
Oh, that would be actually really
Adam
good.
Driver is like 6.5 feet tall, isn't
yeah,
he?
he's like
Yeah,
6'5".
Yeah, he would just look
So tall
huge
and gorgeous.
Next
well,
to
she
her.
next to her.
ain't tiny.
Yeah, well, no, she's not tiny at all, but he's
She towered over
Gigantic.
everybody in her last 9 movies. You know,
Can I just say
Beautiful.
something real quick about the C-3PO scenes?
Yeah,
Didn't do anything for me.
What?
well, that's because
I cried a little
you
bit.
have no soul when it comes to droids. You don't trust technology, even though
When he
you
was
use
looking
too
at
much
it,
of
even though I saw it in the trailer, I still was like, "What if he doesn't get his memories back?" And this
I
is
know,
so
no,
sad.
I never thought he
Sad.
I never thought he wasn't going to get his memories back.
Well, here's the thing: 3PO's been wiped so many times.
I know. But I was just
but
like,
I do love that Babu Freak. He's one of my oldest friends. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
sure.
I like
is.
when R2's giving him all sorts of grief about, and everything.
I-
And he goes,
I-
"You want to put your what in my where?"
A tiny bit of mist covered my eyes when he said, "What do you mean you're my best friend?" And I was like, "R2 just called him his best friend."
I was, when he said when he kind of leans over a little bit and he goes, "You want to put your what in my where?" I was expecting the normal data transfer to just shoot into 3PO's chest and fix it, because I mean he's got that friggin' thing on his chest.
Yeah. It's like a bullseye. It's
Yeah.
like a target.
But no, all of a sudden we get a horrible jump cut to the
Yeah.
thing already in his head. Once again, editors, you boned this movie.
Yeah, there is a lot left on the cutting room floor on this, and I think it's going to be a way. I liked this movie, I really did.
But you think you might love it if they put the other
I
stuff
will
back in?
love it once they put it all back together. It feels just
Okay.
we got like this weird like
It's like someone
ransom letter.
Someone folded it up and then cut out the pieces for the snowflake.
Yeah.
And then pulled it apart, and your paper dolls were missing important parts.
Right.
Like why
they didn't
does
have a head.
why does that one only have one arm?
Right.
Where's the leg on these?
I'm going to pick on
it was Darth Maul of
two movies in the past of I go see Arrakis. We're going to go see Dune.
Right.
And of course, it's the big spectacle. You watch the movie. It's kind of a cute movie. You like the movie. And it's like a year later on WGN on cable, the movie's 15 minutes longer.
Yeah.
And the two scenes they put back in totally, dramatically took the big cinematic kind of mess and made it a really good movie.
I think
Highlander.
this
Jeez,
movie to me,
they cut that to
The Abyss.
death. Oh, The Abyss. They massacred that movie.
This movie
and
to
it was a
me-
great movie when you saw it put together.
Once you saw 4 hours of The Abyss,
It was a great
you're like,
movie.
Oh, it makes sense now.
okay, and this is going to set people off.
Yeah.
Rey made more sense to me in this movie than in the other two.
Okay.
That's fine.
Like way more sense.
Well, it's
I have
because
done my
people were like we've talked about
Allie,
before. Sometimes
you win, you're right.
You have to be shown things.
Well, to a point, yeah, you're right.
I think that
Anybody
so
else want to cry for
Anakin
BB-8 for a minute though?
had been left on a planet for years, I think it would be the same situation where he
Well, he became a pod racer. Anyway,
yeah, exactly.
no human had ever done it before.
Okay, but here's
so what
okay.
happened
But
to BB-8?
wait.
No. I want to. Alan, I brought it up, and now Alan has asked. Rey is training in the beginning. She's running a training course,
Right.
and I was happy to see a training course.
Yeah, okay.
Because we saw Luke run his.
Which, by the way, does she have to keep going up that tree further and further every time she cuts that?
Each time for the ribbon,
Yeah,
she'll have
I
to
think
cut
so.
higher.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
She's gonna fly one
It does-
day.
No,
It doesn't
She's
matter.
gonna have to damn near fly if she gets too much.
gonna-
It doesn't
she's
matter.
gonna be
She'll never
Neo.
go as high as Galen Merrick did. Anyway, so BB-8 is following her,
Right.
and she has a moment where she feels the fluctuations in the Force. She trips over her, her little blaster decoy sensor
Thingy.
thing, the thing that pissed Luke off so bad in New Hope.
Right.
That he never
And she-
completed.
and she turns around and she gets really aggravated. She's trying to hit it, can't hit it. Finally, she throws the lightsaber, which goes cutting through trees and everything.
Really cool move.
Pulls up her staff, stabs her staff into this thing, and pins it against a tree. Then catches the lightsaber, and all you hear is what sounds like beeps going, excuse me, and you look over, BB-8's caught underneath a tree, and it knocks one of his little orange things off.
Yeah.
Which when she was walking back with him and everything, I was like, what the hell is in her hand? It was one of his orange grids.
Oh, that's
what it was.
Oh.
Because when Poe's like, what happened to BB-8?
Yeah.
And she's what's that? What happened to the Falcon?
Yeah.
Poe, I'm sorry.
Both got
I know
dented.
he's got fans. Poe is the absolute worst.
I
in this
wanted Poe to
entire-
blow up so bad. Every single scene he was in, I was
I'm
like,
so glad he
"Yeah, he's
finally.
getting shut down."
I'm so glad he finally got a chance to be, to be who we all expected him to be.
Like shoot something.
But
Oh, see, I was like, oh wow, we finally, this is what everyone was waiting for. This final, he actually maybe developed a little bit of character where he was like, wow, maybe I can't do this by myself. And
Yeah.
all of the strong, powerful generals before me who told me that I was being an idiot were maybe right.
yeah, I mean,
And I
when
should
he-
have maybe listened.
when he's got that revelation, and then what happens? No, Lando shows up with a fleet.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
no, Lando pulls his butt out of the fire again, and I'm like, come on, man, just blow up.
Also, throwing it out there, I know a lot of people are upset because you didn't finally see, Poe and Finn, but I'm going to say it. Poe, Rey, and Finn, they're a polyamorous throuple.
Yeah. It's like Three's Company.
They are all together, but they
Three's
can
Company
have
in
outside
space.
partners.
Okay.
But I'm going to say this: you never know it more than when they're going off into the thing, and Finn's like, "Rey, there's something I always wanted. I need to tell you," and Poe's like, it can wait. And he's like, all right. So when I'm not around, that is such a snippy, spouse thing to do.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
them all so much.
It's like, and then that hug at the end. It's like, if these three aren't a throuple, thruples don't exist.
By the way,
There's such love there.
Chewie is Dobby.
So he's free now that
He's
was
got
given-
his sock, and now he's free.
Yeah. Well, let's just be honest. That was such a cheesy moment.
God, that was bad, right?
That was bad. But Ma's giving him that.
I cried.
Ma's giving
With
him
her
that,
anus
that
eyes.
medal.
Yeah.
You know that's Luke's medal because Maz has all Luke's other stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's with her anus
What-
eyes.
What?
she does a buttle eyes.
Hans metal.
Every
Hans?
time.
Oh,
every time I
Han
look.
pawned his. You know he did. He's Han Solo.
Yeah, Han pawned his.
That's probably one of the things him and Leia fought about. He was like, I don't care about medals. I don't care about this. Stupid.
Leia's like,
Well,
I gave you
actually-
that. I loved
actually,
you then. No, you
He
didn't.
melted it down to replace his dice.
Yeah.
Because you notice they're hanging in New Hope. They're not there in Empire. But they're back in Force Awakens or Last Jedi.
No, they're.
Yeah, I thought Chewie
because they disappeared in Leia's hand.
Or maybe he gave his
Well, except for
medal
the fact that they're
to
hanging when Luke goes into
Ben,
the Falcon.
and it's in Ben's fancy all-white room with all of his dirty other things that he keeps in his all-white room.
Yeah, that's weird, right?
It's like the whole ship is black, and then you get to like Ben's like private quarters, and it's just like bright white. And I was like, what is happening?
That's what it was like inside Vader's containment.
That's so weird. Why did they do that?
Also, visual
It's-
imagery of the fact that the First
it's
Order is very
antiseptic.
dark, and
Yeah.
inside Ben is actually.
Well,
light.
and
weird.
Vader's was done to show that it's antiseptic because it's the only place he can take his mask off.
I don't know. I just
Yeah, he was
every
It's kind
time
of like White
every time
Castle.
they do that,
That's
I
why
was
they
like,
made it white.
"Bah."
Oh, Harold and Kumar in Star Wars. Tag and
There you
Bank. Give me a Tag and Bank series.
Uh,
Andy, you know you'd watch it.
I
let me
would.
see what other awkward scenes were there?
You
Because there were
wouldn't
a
like
lot.
it, but you'd
What,
still
awkward
watch it.
scenes?
Awkward scenes.
The Festival of Life that just happens every 42 years.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah.
That one was weird. I was like, why are we? I mean, it's cute, but like, I don't like it. I don't get
Why,
it.
why do we have to invoke Hitchhiker's Guide?
And
Yep.
did you think those kids were cute at all?
No.
Yes.
Those little weird.
Yeah.
They look like scrotums.
Wow.
No, man.
No.
I can't unsee that now. Like that's in my head. That is
babies-
in my head.
The babies, no. But the little kid who came and talked to Ray, yes.
I was like, punt that thing. I don't know
But
what that
it might
is.
have been because she was wearing clothes and
Don't
not
touch
just,
it.
You know,
Yeah, she was covered. She didn't look
I
like
couldn't
her.
see how slimy she was. You could see how slimy the babies were.
Yeah.
Also,
But
like,
what is up with that? I mean, you guys are dads. Babies are slimy. What the hell?
And by the way,
It's sticky.
Most kids are ugly. Like when people are like, "Oh, look how cute that my kid is," and you're like,
Hey,
No.
you can love your baby all day long. They all look like potatoes for the first 6 months.
"Yeah."
it's true.
But
Now,
that
now
was
whether or not
awkward.
they look like mashed potatoes
Oh,
or golden,
I'm trying to think
flecks,
if there was
different.
anything else I was like.
I kind of was intrigued by the weird Sith guy on the quest to find Exodus,
Cabo.
Excelsior?
What was the planet's name? We got a new
Exegol.
planet. Exegol? No, is it really named
Yes.
Exegol?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why
Exegol.
did I not remember that? Because that's easy to remember if you put a T in front of it. There was a lot of fallacy in this.
you know,
Yes.
I'm
Maz ain't
discovering
his
the most
scrotum
bizarre
babies.
person
Not
in
no.
this room is Alex.
Galaxy.
Exegol. G-O-L.
Oh, Gaul. Okay.
Jesus.
I'll still
Brody.
remember it better if I put a T in front of the other one. I thought
And
he,
you have to deal with this way more than I do.
I know.
I thought that his character was really intriguing with the dagger and everything. I was like, ooh.
You know what? I didn't like the dagger. I'm be honest with you.
Really?
The dagger was totally fine up until she pulled the little thing out.
Yes.
It just like had the perfect
Well,
cutout of the wreckage.
I was gonna say that's
I was
because
like-
it's not a dagger.
It's a key.
Well, it's not even a key. It's what's that? It's a sextant.
Oh yeah, it's a
It's
sextant.
a sextant.
It's like where nautical.
It's a nautical thing. Which is why the dagger doesn't. It has a point, but it has no sharp edge on it.
Right.
Translation:
If
a
not-
nautical GPS.
Finn would have
I
cut
was
his hand
like-
over when he was doing this.
I just thought it was weird because I was like, that ocean's pretty tough, and you think that dagger's just gonna. Like, I feel like the Death Star would have fallen more into the water. Like, you can't just have like the perfect.
Well, it's a moon size.
Well, have you ever seen Goonies?
No.
what?
You're fired.
Get out.
You've never seen Goonies?
She hasn't seen
No.
Rebels or Goonies.
Or the Gremlin movies.
Oh my god.
or Clone Wars.
And this-
No,
Oh, wait.
wait. Goonies is all the little kids, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I have seen
Oh,
that.
God.
Josh
remember-
Brolin, Sean
remember-
The
Astin.
tiny,
Lord.
this tiny little guy that's super
Come on,
cute.
we got come on. Thanos
I've
is in
seen
that.
it once. Seen it once.
One
Baby
Thanos.
Baby
and
Thanos is in that.
Samwise Gamgee.
One-Eyed Willie.
Yeah.
I saw it one time.
So when the way that they know where they need to go
Wow,
is
Ramsey.
they have a medallion that has etchings in it that match up with key points on the coastline.
The rocks on the coastline. Remember?
Yeah, but like,
And
Now,
it
here's
shows
the-
them
here's the
where
thing.
The pirate hideout was.
Here's the thing: the sextant was designed with
After.
the wreckage in mind.
But it had to have been designed after.
Right.
Right. Okay.
With the wreckage in mind.
Okay.
yeah, but like the water
Can we
erodes.
can we
Water
talk about
erodes.
the ending?
Oh, not
The actual
not
ending?
Durasteel.
Oh. I don't know. Anyway.
Ray
At some point, the movie said the end.
Rey
leave the
taking the
theater.
name Skywalker.
Rey took the name Skywalker, and that kind of bothered me a lot.
It's like I
It
understand your
grinds
reasoning why
my
you want to
gears.
promote the idea of hope and all that, but it just doesn't feel right.
I
no,
think she
it
could have
doesn't feel
taken
right.
anyone else's name. If Solo's inside of her, Mr. Ben, she could have been Rey Solo.
That would
She
have
could
been
have
cool.
been Rey Organa. She could have been Rey, literally anyone else.
No,
or just
no,
Rey.
just Rey.
Just Rey would have been so good.
I'm all for that.
The whole Rey Skywalker thing did not bother me last night at all after seeing the movie. Did not bother me at all. But the more I thought about it, it's like just Rey would have been so much more.
So much more better.
Yeah, it would have made
Because it would have
more
ended
sense.
the Skywalker saga. Now it's like
the point of
And
her.
if she was gonna live there, Lars.
Yeah, no, because it's the
anything.
Lars homestead, not the Skywalker
Yeah.
homestead.
Literally
but-
anything about Skywalker would have been great.
right.
What would have been more effective and more like well-rounded poetically in terms of the story and everything? Rey's there, Rey's not there. That doesn't really matter. Ben Solo is there. Ben Solo is the one burying the lightsabers. Somebody comes up to him and asks him, "Who are you? We haven't seen anybody around here for a long time." He turns, looks at the person, sees the Force ghosts in the background, Luke and Leia and all that, and he says, "I'm Ben Solo," because he's reverted back into who he actually is.
And
he's not a Skywalker.
I think
so it
supposed to
ends
be
the Skywalker
Yeah, but
saga.
Also, her
Ben's whole
taking-
storyline is supposed to be Vader. Vader had to die.
But the truth is, anybody taking the Skywalker name, this is supposed to be the end of the Skywalker saga.
Right.
The Skywalker saga is done. 1977 to 2019. That's the death of the end of the Skywalker saga. Having someone out there named Skywalker
As a
Doesn't
gray
mean-
Jedi.
doesn't
just
end
means
the
that
Skywalker
some
saga.
management in Lucasfilm down the lines are like, we should do another movie. We're going to put in a Skywalker for no damn
Well,
reason.
what it means is
now, of course,
in-
it makes sense if you think about Star Wars Legacies,
yeah,
because Cade Skywalker
yeah,
is a Sith,
yeah.
and that would make sense in a Palpatine line.
But if you so
Oh, that's true. And you already threw some legends in.
But I don't. The thing is, I don't want Disney to reverse
No,
on the
what
end of
they'll-
the Skywalker saga.
what they'll do
I'm
is
done. I don't want 12.
is-
I don't want 12 movies.
what they'll do 12 years from now,
Done.
20 years from now, 25 years from now,
Star Wars: A New Hope.
is we will either get the entire
A New Hope
series
again.
remade.
Yeah.
They will start over. They will remake the
And
series,
they'll give us episode 1 first
or
and kill Anakin in the first 15 minutes.
they will restart the series completely,
Yeah.
or they will bring back, at the very least, Daisy Ridley, and they will throw money at her until she does it.
Yeah.
As Rey Skywalker, Jedi Master, old ass.
She's not going to be a Jedi Master. She's a great Jedi. She's a cool great Jedi lightsaber.
I think so too. I think she's a gray now.
I don't think she's
she
great
can
at
she
all.
can she can totally still be a gray and train others. That's the only thing that makes them a master is because they
Oh, I
train.
see.
Yeah,
I see.
they have
They take an
have
apprentice.
students.
They have apprentice.
Right.
Yeah.
You not
Well-
sensei till you got students.
Yep.
Right.
And actually,
that's one of the two things that's
calling
gonna
her
happen.
Sensei Skywalker would piss me off so bad.
That's one of the two things that's going to happen. They're either going to completely remake the saga, start over from the beginning, new actors and everything, or they will do the same thing that they did with the sequel trilogy and bring back Rey 25 years from now when she's a middle-aged woman
I hope.
to
I don't want
train
that.
a new, and it
I don't think anyone wants
won't
that.
be.
I don't think anybody. Yeah.
Well, 10 years from now, we'll ask you.
I think it would have made more sense if Ben and Rey were at the homestead.
I agree. If
I think it would have made more sense if neither one of them made it out off of Exegol and you know the end of the Jedi altogether.
Texagle?
No, it's not your Texicals.
She had to bring balance. Balance. was
Nobody
everyone
using
dying.
the Force. That's pretty balanced.
And she's got good and bad in her. Very balanced.
I do like her lightsaber.
It's
Me
super
too.
cool.
I like the idea
I like
of
a
someone
dirty
having a lightsaber
lightsaber.
that's not shiny as all get out.
Yeah, why does everything have to be in chrome?
We've talked about them,
We've played them.
and now we'll show you.
The all-new Twitch channel from Geek Tank Radio is here,
Go Ready Player Geek.
where we unpack and dive into single-player story-driven games, to fighters, to multiplayer shooters, to tabletop and card games, and everything in between.
And stay up to date with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Ready Player Geek.
Check us out now at twitch.tv/ReadyPlayerGeek.
Streaming every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday night at 8 Central.
It's time.
Their hats are made from Marvel foil covers from the 90s.
Now, stand back for your own safety.
It's time for another deep dive into Conspiracy Nation with the Geek Patrol here on Geek Tank Radio.
Brody, I need some help with this conspiracy
Sure,
here. So, you are obviously the expert on Saturnian activities, lizard people activities. I know we've hit this subject pretty hard, but Brandon, I can't help the news. I just react to it, man.
Just be careful, okay? That's all I say.
Well, I'm just saying. So, I mean, I know we've gone.
Knowledge is power.
Right. So.
Right, but sometimes the wrong knowledge can get you
in the wrong hands.
Right.
Yeah, right. Well, what is everybody talking about nowadays? Obviously, it's Star Wars. I mean, we've got the Rise of Skywalker out. The Mandalorian is doing very well. I haven't heard a whole lot of complaints about the Mandalorian.
The child TM.
The child TM. Yeah. So whatever. Wait, what? Okay, never mind. Don't distract me. So anyway, but I think
I was just going with his branding.
You know how we've already uncovered the fact that Bill Belichick actually is a victim, and the New England Patriots are all lizard people. That's why they win so many Super Bowls. Well, I've just uncovered.
I'm pretty sure it's because they just got caught cheating again.
Well, exactly. But I've uncovered
against the Bengals too.
But that's what lizard people do, right?
Yeah.
Why do you need to cheat against the Bengals? Barely a team.
I've uncovered one of their new operatives, and it turns out it's John Favreau. Have you guys tuned in with this? Have you figured this out?
I don't know,
yet?
but
wait. Why are we going after John Favreau?
Yeah, you tread
I
lightly.
like John Favreau.
Tread lightly.
I used to, but I feel like he's up to something here. So there's a definite message. Okay, everybody's talking about the Mandalorian. It's being universally praised. It is a very different kind of Star Wars.
For one reason, Joe, and that's Baby Yoda.
It's great. Bingo, right there. Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda is Saturnian and lizard people propaganda. Here's the message being conveyed
First of all, you do know that the Saturnians are going up against the lizard people.
Yeah, okay.
So
let me unfold
joint propaganda just doesn't work in this case.
Yeah,
here's the basic gist. We have now developed.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
Within the last 50 years, we've developed spacecraft that can, visit the moon. We've got spacecraft that's gone beyond our solar system. We've got probes going out to Saturn that have crash landed. The Cassini probe crash landed in Saturn, and the Saturnian people who are living beneath the clouds of Saturn are getting nervous. And we know that they live here among us as lizard people as well. Well,
no. The Saturnians aren't lizard people.
Okay, see, this is where I need Brody to clarify.
The Venetians are lizard people. The Saturnians have the ability to transform into cats, dogs, fluffy mammal.
Furkin.
Yeah, they are more furry creatures, if you will.
Well, then it's a bigger conspiracy than we thought. But basically, the message we're getting with this brand new Mandalorian show, which is unlike anything else, is that space is a dark. I mean, you don't want to go to other planets. That's the basic gist. It's dangerous. It's dirty. There's monsters that are going to eat you. And droids are evil, a.k.a. technology is evil.
Oh, wait a minute.
Technology.
Wait a
minute. And here, hold on. And when you get to when you get to aliens, a.k.a. lizard people, they're cute, they're friendly, they look like Baby Yoda, they're helpful. So if they are uncovered, there's nothing to fear here.
Back up.
A subliminal message here. Stay off of our planet. But if you happen to come here, we're friendly and your technology's evil. That's
Back up, Joe. Uncle Queel cleared this up. Technology is only as bad as those who basically write it. Okay?
Which is, right now, human beings who all suck.
Well, okay. But
no.
That's not.
Andy's got a point. Humans do suck.
That's not saying, though, that all Saturnians are writing evil programming in their droids. Or
yes, they are.
They are evil. But
I said it once, I'll say it again.
We're not talking about their technology, Brody. We're talking about our technology.
Yes.
And so the message they're saying is just don't develop it. And especially don't send out any AI,
Well, again.
Yes, all of which are good messages.
Right.
No.
I just like the fact that Joe has truly missed the underlying absolute conspiracy.
Okay.
Which is?
Yeah.
That there are apparently frogs on every planet.
Well, they got to have a food source. Where else are they going?
Well, the Venetians had to leave.
I'm
Are they
just
the
pointing
squirrel
out.
frogs?
Penn
From Lake
dimension.
Titicaca?
Oh my gosh, this is all coming full circle. If you remember, hold on. Last week, I asked Alan a very pertinent question.
Synthetic frogs.
I said,
from
why
Lake
do we dissect frogs in school? I said, what's the benefit? And he said, well, they're very similar to human beings in their makeup and their structure, right, Alan?
Hashtag Venetians.
And so
I do believe I did.
What do we get? We get the Venetians, a.k.a. Baby Yoda, eating these frogs, a.k.a. human beings. There is all sorts of subliminal messages warning us to stay away from Saturn and probably Venus.
And
too.
Venus. Well, Venus, because that's where the Venetians come from, is Venus.
Yeah. So is it?
But we do
so
love their blinds.
So I guess what I'm wondering is the Mandalorian going to derail our space program and steer? Are we going to suddenly notice a downplay where we don't want to focus so much on Saturn?
Or
It really depends on if Trump gets Disney Plus in the White House bathrooms where he spends most of his time.
Well,
because if he sees the Mandalorian, Space Force in full effect.
And they're wearing these weird, like, football white uniforms things going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're with
you saw
me
that,
then.
you saw those spacesuits that got designed for SpaceX or whatever
Yeah.
by like some like actual like fashion designer. Like
Yeah.
Elon Musk was like, I don't want them to like be like, I want them to be functional, but I also want them to look really cool.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he got someone else who programmed GoldenEye to come in and work on those?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I guess my thing is John Favreau a benevolent Saturnian or is he full?
Well,
gone?
First of all, there's no
Dave-
such thing as a benevolent Saturnian.
And second of all, while he is the showrunner, Baby Yoda was Dave Filoni's idea.
Oh, so he's corrupted too, which I hate to hear because I mean he's made some of the best
Listen,
Star Wars ever.
Maybe those are actual sleeper agents, though. They are human.
Who would have thought that Dave Filoni's animated Star Wars series were actually training videos?
Yeah.
You never know. I mean, it's
You know what? I saw a thing the other day that said the Mandalorian, like the plot plays out very similarly to a video game.
Yeah.
Because Mando goes to a quest giver. He's given jobs to do.
Yep.
He goes out, completes those jobs. He gets a reward that he then uses to upgrade his gear.
That's right.
Actually, that's
Very
a good
similar
point.
to a video game.
Yeah.
Which has also widely been considered to be training and propaganda type stuff.
Yep.
Are video games training though? Because isn't the idea to have everybody just sitting on their couch just staring at a
Right.
Joe-
playing
Joe-
a video
Here's the
game?
thing.
Yeah, but they've robotized like all of military, so there's joysticks and fire bombs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So send us
It's-
your robots, but don't send us.
Did
your
you know?
people.
So
Did
you're
you know
gonna be
that they're
playing-
controlling
you're
the?
gonna be playing
They're
GTA.
controlling the droids with the Xbox One X controller.
Yeah,
Yep.
you're gonna be playing things like GTA or Call of Duty, but what you don't realize is you are actually controlling a droid army.
It's Ender's Game!
There you go.
And there's
Yeah. I mean,
I
once
thought Tron
again,
was your favorite movie.
a lot of favorite movies.
Jeez. Once again, though, I mean, you cannot miss a week of Geek Tank Radio because we absolutely will keep you on the cutting edge and thinking ahead of the curve of everybody.
Joe,
else.
I
We
want
don't just break the news; we crack its skull open.
exactly.
and make it.
John
That's
Favreau, you're not fooling anybody.
No, well,
Dancing.
Geek Tank Radio energized by
Dark Oak Press and Media, an indie publisher and media provider offering everything from Alice in Memphis to mystery to young adult and everything in between. Get the latest at darkoakpress.com.
More Below and on 1019kissfm.com. Keyword Geek Tank. There's always those stories that defy labels. Thankfully, there's the GTR Random Roundup.
Sometimes we like to have some news from nearby.
Well, yeah, that always works.
Yeah. So this one comes out of Nashville.
boo.
The annoying big brother.
Down with 615.
I hate Nashville so much.
They're not overly fond of us,
Hey, hey,
obviously.
hey.
I have massive beef with Nashville.
You ever
I don't
been,
hate
you ever
them,
been lost in Nashville during a flood?
No.
I think I might hate them more than you do.
Okay.
Too bad Nashville didn't.
Did you
drown.
ever have 150 people walk out of your show for no reason other than the fact that you were from Memphis, and then come back in when you were done?
Dope.
Okay.
Y'all were already getting paid, so I wasn't
Dang
getting paid.
We didn't get paid.
All right.
Why'd you do a show anyway? It doesn't matter.
Anyway, this one comes from Nashville.
Please say that something blew up.
No. This 57-year-old man named Samphone Timiraj.
We would like to apologize if we mispronounce his name, but it's the holidays.
No,
Forgive us.
we didn't apologize for that. Go ahead.
Oh, he's not from
If
Nashville.
I did mispronounce his name, he need to change his name because that Samphone Timiraj sounds awesome. Anyway, he's 57 years old. It was found with more than 80 pounds of marijuana disguised as Christmas gifts
Maybe they were Christmas gifts.
at the
I mean,
at the
we don't
Nashville International Airport. Officers and canines.
And the dog was happy.
Officers and the canine smelled a strong odor of marijuana.
I'm dreaming of a green Christmas.
Coming from 3 bags.
Oh, I
They
bet.
then watched him load these 3 bags onto a cart. When they approached him, he allowed them to search the bags, and they found a whole bunch of Christmas gifts in these bags that were all filled with vacuum-sealed packs of marijuana.
so he's clearly a
For about-
user of his own gift, right?
Hour and a half.
No, bro, it's for my dog.
He had
got
Not
flown
real
in.
smart.
I got glaucoma. That's an eye thing,
So
right?
do all the people that these gifts are for. They all have glaucoma.
I am taking these presents to a retirement community.
They're for the kids with glaucoma.
So he had flown in
We need
from
to learn
Seattle.
other diseases that are helped by weed.
Arthritis.
Seattle, there are a bunch of potheads
Dancing.
out there, right?
He had flown in from Seattle.
No, hey,
Was
nailed it.
was booked into jail and then bonded out Tuesday morning, but it is unclear as to whether or not he has an attorney.
Well,
An attorney, dude.
you know,
Bruh.
you know what you need though when you've had that much weed.
Can I hire Magnum PI?
You don't need a lawyer. You need snacks.
Okay.
Can
My
I
story
hire
comes out of
7-Eleven?
Knoxville.
This dude at 7-Eleven was so smart. Like, I talked to him for like 2 hours.
Nobody should ever talk to someone at 7-Eleven. for 2 hours.
No, he was like super smart, man. And like, he told me like the meaning of life. And
Okay, so anyways, we're
Anybody
gonna jump
got-
on over to Knoxville.
Knoxville.
We had we had a little bit of a vehicular incident.
Yeah, it's because they saw their Tennessee team lose to Cincinnati.
Semi-truck crashed on Interstate 40 near Knoxville around 5:30 a.m. this past Tuesday. Or this past Friday, I'm sorry. I'm reading Andy's article and probably getting... Yeah, anyway. So, all the potheads need to go there because they just lost 35,000 pounds of M&Ms.
Oh, that's a lot of M&Ms.
Why were there
Gosh.
35,000
35,000 pounds?
Because 35,000 pounds of M&Ms in the that was being transported through this truck.
Huh.
It overturned on
my
Highway
gosh.
40 near Knoxville.
I'll tell you who it fed. It's that damn Sasquatch.
There you go.
Just me.
Just it took several hours as emergency crews responded and cleaned up the spillage.
Were they able to save any of the M&Ms?
Most
that
of
point.
all right. The boxes, the cases were broken open, but the packages they were
You could
salvageable.
take those. You could take those and like totally a Scrooge McDuck into M&Ms.
Can you resell
you
those, I
want
wonder?
an
That
M&M vault.
still would not work.
Really?
Yeah, I think it would hurt.
Still would not. It wouldn't hurt as much as trying to dive into gold.
Coins. Yeah. That's
Now,
what I mean.
now you could sit in the tub and they
So
could be filled in
my
around
thing
you.
is this:
Yeah.
Ooh.
why couldn't it have been Reese's cups?
No, I don't want Reese's cups.
I don't think they could handle the impact, though. Like M&Ms.
Yeah,
they
I
have
know.
a protective shell around them.
But
so-
the thing is,
And they melt in your mouth, not in your hand.
Yeah. I
shut up, Brody.
okay. And it's cold out, so at least they're not going to just
Yeah.
melt as soon as they hit the pavement.
Oh yeah, was it minis or the?
Well, you know what?
Great question.
Here,
Either way, it's a tragedy.
Peanut. Peanut.
let's look at the.
I do love the good peanut.
I love
Or the
how
pretzel.
nobody.
Let's
I
look
love
to
how
the
nobody
photos.
asked if the driver was hurt.
Oh,
No,
screw
no,
him.
he was okay. But let's look. We've got
Pretzel ones.
mint.
Mint.
Oh, that deserves
Boo.
it.
We've got
They're okay.
Mint M&Ms.
peanut butter. We've got
I don't like the peanut butter either.
peanut. We've got
Those are called
milk
Reese's
chocolate.
Peanut. Oh, yeah, here we go. Now we're talking.
I'm looking at the I'm looking at the broken box. It was everything.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, hey, shout out to whoever picked up their free bag of M&Ms on I-40.
That would be Mark Nagy of the Tennessee Department of Transportation.
Oh, cool. And then also shout out to Twitter user Francis Sang, okay, who pointed out a very, we'll just say, interesting dilemma on the Department of Agricultural's tariff tracker.
Tariff tracker, yep.
Apparently in the drop-down, and this is a quote to quote Francis Sang's Twitter, Wakanda is listed as a U.S. free trade partner in the USDA website.
Absolutely. Yeah, why not?
You might be asking, what's Wakanda trading? And I have a feeling that it was supposed to say Uganda, but Wakanda is apparently trading fresh vegetables,
Okay.
unroasted coffee,
Okay.
essential oils,
Yep.
and livestock.
Definitely Uganda.
No technology
Hold on.
listed there.
Wait.
Because
Wait,
Wakanda
They're
is in.
holding back on the vibranium?
I'm just saying,
This is garbage.
free trade my ass.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Wakanda is
Actually, Brody,
actually
the
in
last time
Illinois.
you did that, you got in trouble.
No.
To go on with the quote, over the past few weeks, the Foreign Agricultural Service staff who maintained the tariff tracker have been using test files to ensure that the system is running properly. This is to a spokesperson for the agricultural website. The Wakandan information should have been removed after testing and has now been taken down. So even if you go there now, you're not going to be able to find Wakanda on the website. But yes, I have a feeling that was supposed to be Uganda.
Yeah, why didn't this person list vibranium technology?
First of all, Wakanda is a very important trade.
So, Alan, what do you got?
We have many. I have spoken with Black Panther. He is very.
I don't think this guy's a true fan, but anyway, go
Very
ahead.
good.
I'm going to wander off to Australia.
Yeah.
Where everything wants to kill you.
Well, not everything wants to kill you in
Including
Australia.
Australia, even the fire.
No, there's at least
It
one
comes
thing
out
in
of the
Australia
sky,
that doesn't want to kill you. And this isn't exactly a brand new story, but a few years ago, a lovely little place called the Victoria's Phillip Island Penguin Foundation was looking for volunteers to help with, basically wayward little penguins.
Yes, sign me up.
Sure.
So, of one of the lovely Australians, a gentleman by the name of Alfred Date, decided to volunteer, and at the time, he was 109 years old.
Oh,
Yeah.
And
spry as
his endeavor,
young chicken.
well, since the little penguins couldn't get back in the ocean and they'd been affected by oil pollution, that kind of stuff, he decided what he was going to do was knit them tiny little sweaters.
Sure.
Yeah, because
Why
what else
not?
is a 109-year-old guy going to do?
And
Penguins need to keep warm.
well, actually, you are correct. So they
Hang on a
did
tick.
need
I know what they need. They need sweaters.
they needed tiny little sweaters. So
We apologize to any Australians who listen to our show for
So-
that god awful
Hang on a tick.
accent.
Yeah, nah. What they really need is sweaters.
Why does he look like his face has been folded?
It's
Every word is a different accent.
That's right.
So
He's well traveled. He's 109.
so there we go.
Okay.
And we have now killed the alley.
And
we have overcuted the alley
we
today.
keep breaking
She's
alley
crying.
today.
We have
Again.
broken the. So
for the first cry, you'll have to go to our YouTube page.
Okay. Okay.
Allie wants the sweater and the penguin and a matching sweater for
Yes,
the penguin.
yes.
Well, the 109-year-old man comes with it, Allie. So
what can we say?
yeah, nah.
Fair play, our dear Australian brethren. Tiny little sweaters for cute little penguins recovering from oil. Everybody's happy. What a great holiday story.
Huh. Okay.
Joe just goes,
I
huh.
know.
I just don't know if you could hurt the penguin's wings by slipping a sweater on them, or
I mean,
I don't.
they're-
it's got to be
How
better
do they
than
take it off? What if they
they're
wander
happy.
off with the?
It's
they're
got to be
happy.
better than the guy gluing cowboy hats on pigeons in Vegas.
But when are you going to take the sweaters off? Like, is it up to them to get the sweaters off of them? What
When
about-
they've
Hey,
recovered
I'll
from
tell
their
you, Joe.
oil treatment, they take the little sweaters off and they go back to being little wild penguins.
I was gonna
Okay.
say, I'll tell you, Joe. when my dog's ready to take his sweater off, because
He'll let you know.
he takes it off.
He'll let you know. It's off.
Does a penguin have that ability? They don't
Yes,
have much
you just-
mobility, do they?
Yeah, I mean,
they'd
a
have to
penguin
team
will
up and
F
help
you
each other.
up, Joe. Yeah.
I like how Joe looks at him like, how do these things even live?
But are they eating the little 6-pack rings that we've provided them with our beer?
Yeah.
Well, no, they
exactly.
haven't made it down there yet.
Oh,
There's a learning curve going on here between. Okay. I had a question, or I had a story that I think is more about the social dynamic, or this says more about the people than the animals involved in this story. So
yeah.
Okay, so there's an Ohio couple.
I got a good feeling about this.
Named Haley and Mitch Ferguson. They sound like pretty much just normal.
I don't trust
everyday-
anybody named Ferguson that doesn't make barbecue.
Or Mitch. Well, hey, we love our buddy Mitch. Anyway, but
Or has a late night show.
so they were at their fireplace, and it sounded like a bird got stuck in there. And they had the kind of fireplace cover that it's glass. So, which is great because if something's in there, you could see it, and you could,
And you can watch it roast.
So it turned out it was a squirrel.
Burn, baby, burn.
So what did Mitch do? He opened the grate
No.
so he could grab the squirrel.
No.
Strike one. And she had a camera the whole time. She
No,
recorded
Mitch,
this whole
no,
thing.
bad Mitch. Walk away,
You
Mitch.
will lose to the rodents.
So that, for one thing,
You
those things are
cannot
pretty
win.
fast. So it obviously it got loose, and it was chasing, and they were chasing this thing around the living room the whole time, and she was recording this entire adventure. And no doubt posting it on social media.
So it was like a scene out of a Christmas
It's like
Vacation.
a Benny Hill or so. Yeah. So finally they trapped it in the bathroom, and I guess somebody dove on it with a towel and took it out. But so my question would, if you guys were in this situation, first of all, would you open the grate? I mean, you'd have to be an
No.
idiot to do that.
Yeah.
Well, Alan, I think, would spray like he'd spray some poison in there, right, Alan? I mean, be honest.
No, would not harm the
I would light the
squirrel.
fire.
See, there you go. But also, would you post these exploits on the internet?
Absolutely.
Okay. See, this is a different world. I
Well,
wouldn't.
see,
My
I would have
inclination
had
would
a
not
net.
be to pick up a camera.
All right,
at
here's
but
the great thing about it.
Yeah.
With the right amount of AdSense and just a little bit of viral marketing, you could make a mint
Yeah.
On what?
on your stupid
stupidity?
exploits.
Yeah.
People love to watch
used to be-
stupid things.
It used
Why do you
to be
think
known as
Jackass
America's
is...
funniest home videos?
Yeah.
No, dude.
Now it's called YouTube.
Jackass is getting a new, a fourth movie.
Yep.
Come on.
Okay.
People love this stuff.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I think there's better ways to trap a squirrel.
That is one of the most memorable scenes in Christmas Vacation.
When he
the
looks
squirrel.
in
Is
the
the
tree,
squirrel.
and the squirrel looks back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, all right.
It's the gopher in Caddyshack.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like,
So post your stupidity all over the internet.
Human versus
and get rich.
animal is always amazing.
Always a mint.
and the animal always
funny.
wins.
Yes.
Huh. Okay. Well, it's been human versus animal today on Geek
Man
Tank
versus bear.
Radio. Yeah.
Oh God.
And you're the winner. So we're gonna get out of here. We hope you all have a Merry Christmas. We hope you'll visit our website and send us emails. Right, Brody? How would they do
Yeah.
that?
Well, you can go and
Tankradio.com.
yep, that's our website.
there-
or you can go
there's
check
a
us check us out on social media. We are at Geek Tank Radio on all various platforms.
Yes.
Okay.
Last
That
time
was-
I checked, Andy lists all this stuff at the bottom of our page, too.
That's true
Okay.
too.
Yes.
Boy, Brody really undersold that. Let's get out of here. So until next week, we are the Geek Patrol, and I am Joe Thorderson.
I'm Brody.
I'm Alan.
I'm Andy.
I'm Allie Diggs.
And I am Brandon, reminding you we won't be here next week, but there will be a live Facebook from Jurassic World.
Yeah.
There will.
Geek Tank Radio. More below and on 1019kissfm.com. Keyword Geek Tank.